Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Continuing our series regarding 100 benefits from Aqeeda wasitiya by the noble Sheikh Muhammad bin Salih al-Uthaymeen, rahimahullah, compiled by two students of knowledge. May Allah preserve them. Introduction by Abdullah ibn Mani al-Ruki. May Allah preserve him. Al-Fa'ida al-Thamina al-Ashar. The 18th benefit. Ajmal ulama bi anna Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam ma'sumun min kadhib. The scholars are in agreement with the messengers. May Allah, the Salat and Salam upon them, Salat and Salam, are preserved or protected from lying. وَيَجِبُ لَأُمَّةٍ تَصْدِيقُهُم. It is obligatory on the nations to affirm their truthfulness. فَمَنْ كَذَبَ بِالرُّسُلِ or كَذَبَهُم. So whoever accuses the messengers of lying or doesn't believe them, فَهُوَ كَافِرٌ, he is a disbeliever. مَعْلُومٌ أَنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى صَدَقَ الرُّسُلِ, and it is known that Allah affirmed the truthfulness of the messenger. صَدَقَهُم بِالْقَوْلِ وَفِعْلِهِ. He affirmed them with his speech and his actions. أما بقوله وإن الله قال رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم والله يعلم إنك لرسوله فهذا التصديق بالقول. As for how he affirmed by speech, then Allah says, Allah knows indeed you as messenger. فهذا التصديق بالقول, and this is affirming by speech. أما تصديقه بالفعل فبالتمكين له وإظهار الآيات فهو يأتي الناس يدعو الإسلام فإنهم يقبلوا فالجزية. والله تعالى يمكن له ويفتح عليه الأرض أرضا بعد أرض وحتى بلغ رسالته المشارق المغاربة فهذا تصديق من الله بالفعل. كذلك ما يجري الله على يديه من الآيات هو تصديق له سواء كان آية شرعية أو كونية. فالشريعة كان دائما يسأل عن الشيء وهو لا يعلمه فينزل الله الجواب يسألك عن الريح قل الروح من أمر ربي. So how Allah affirmed them by actions is by making his signs, the ayat, apparent. So the messenger would come to the people, call them to Islam. If they didn't accept from him, then certain actions would follow on from that. And if they didn't accept those certain actions, then obviously certain actions would follow on from that. And Allah established for him and opened for him lands after land until his message reached the east and the west. So this is affirmation from Allah by action, and also what Allah caused to happen by the messenger's hands. This is affirming for him, whether these are Sharia ayahs, like the Quran being revealed to him, or universal ayahs. So the Sharia ayahs can be that every time he was asked about something and he did not know it, then the answer would descend to him. For example, when he was asked about the soul, he said, the soul is the my Lord. يسألونك عن الشهر الحرام قتال فيه كل قتال فيه كبير وصد عن سبيل الله وكفر به ومسجد الحرام وإخراج أهله منه أكبر عند الله. When he talked about how to interact regarding the sacred months in terms of fighting in them, ayah revealed وجاء في الآية الأولى كل الروح من أمر ربي وفي الثانية كل قتال فيه كبير. And obviously the answers were given regarding when he was asked about those kind of things. So this is affirmation from Allah the Mighty Majestic. وَالْآيَاتِ الْكَوْنِيَةِ الظَّاهِرَةِ. As for the universal signs which everyone cannot deny, جِدًّا وَمَا أَكْثَرَ الْآيَاتِ الْكَوْنِيَةِ. So they can't deny the Sharia ayahs as well, but people do. Yeah. By either denying it or not reading the Quran, etc. But the universal one, that's just you can't deny it. That's like denying your own existence. Yeah, and those are apparent, and there are many and there are many which Allah helped by it His Messenger. Whether they came for a reason, whether these universal signs came for a reason or other than a reason. وَهَذَا مَعْرُوفِ السِّيرَةِ. And this is something that's known in the seerah. And in the footnote it says here, from the universal signs, وَمِنْ أَمْثِلِ الْآيَاتِ الْكَوْنِيَّةِ إِنْشَاقُ الْقَمَرِ, when the moon split, تَكْثِيرُ الطَّعَامِ, the increasing of food from a little bit of food, الْإِسْرَاءُ وَالْمِعْرَاجِ, الْإِسْرَاءُ وَالْمِعْرَاج, the ascension to the heavens, نَبْءُ الْمَاءِ مِنْ بَيْنِ أَصَابِهِ, and also the water springing from his between his fingers. And I'm adding something here because some people might say, well, I didn't see that, I don't believe that. First of all, the Quran has challenged the truthfulness of him, and no one's been able to deny that, except that they knew that they were denying it and that it was the truth. That's one. Secondly, someone might say that, okay, well, I don't believe in that. Okay, fair enough, you don't believe in that, but what about this sign? I'll give you a modern day sign. Islam is the most attacked religion in the world, yet it's still numbers growing, it's still spreading. Which other, quote unquote, if you call it an ideology, would be this? They would end. The media is attacking it, everyone's attacking it. Yet Islam, the revelation, because the people that are close to their fitrah, they see the sweetness of it. Those who are corrupted their fitrah, it's like trying to explain to a blind person the beauty of a wonderful garden. He's never going to be able to comprehend it. So that's another sign that despite all these attacking, all these losers on YouTube, Sam Harris, Bill Maher, and what's going to be the end result of these people? They're going to end up in the grave, just like those Palestinian children that they mock, who passed away. May Allah have mercy upon them, or the Palestinian people, or any oppressed people that they mock over the world, who they mock. They're going to end up just like them. Yeah, they smile now, but everyone's going to end up, and they will be taking on what we said and what we did. And that's one of the great signs that Islam is the truth. But despite all this, people are still accepting it, because, as I said, the beauty cannot be denied. These people that whose natural fitrah is corrupted, and they're blinded by greed, wealth, and all disgusting desires. As is coming out lately, politically wise, we see how some of these people are in terms of what's come out there. So, sorry for going political, because it's not a political video, it's not a political channel, but my point was to emphasize that you have the Sharia signs and the universal signs are not just what happened at the time of the Prophet, what happens now as well. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.